Hey, it's August. I'm back at Clive Coffee, and today we are talking about the most common drinks that you'll see on a menu at a coffee shop and how you can recreate them at home. We'll find that these drinks all share a lot in common, but they all have their own unique differences and are all classics in their own right. Let's dive in. The first drink we'll talk about is the building block of every other drink on a coffee shop menu, the shot of espresso. You can order a shot straight, you can order a shot over ice. Most coffee shops will default to serving what we'd call a double espresso, which is really just a shot of espresso. This terminology has become a little bit confusing. If you order a single shot, that's typically half of a shot of espresso. A triple shot would be 1.5 shots. A quad shot is 2 full shots of espresso. Hope this makes sense, but more and more you'll see on a menu espresso just listed as such, a shot of espresso. Up next will be the macchiato, another controversial drink. A traditional macchiato, and what you'll find in most coffee shops these days, is a shot of espresso served in a demi-tasse cup topped with steamed milk. It's often steamed exactly like you'd steam milk for a latte. Baristas love to pour latte art on anything they possibly can, so oftentimes you'll see that poured into a small cup. Many people know macchiatos to be larger drinks, more similar to a vanilla latte or a caramel latte. These are completely delicious. You should definitely make those at home if that's what you're looking for. But it's worth noting that it can be a little bit confusing when you order one in a coffee shop and you get something that you weren't necessarily expecting. Up next is a drink that's become pretty popular in recent years, the Cortado. A Cortado is really just a very small latte, equal parts espresso and steamed milk. Cortados are a great way to get into drinking more coffee-forward beverages if you're used to maybe drinking larger milk-based drinks but are becoming more interested in espresso. Now onto one of the most classic coffee shop drinks, the cappuccino. Cappuccinos are traditionally served in one size, about 6 ounces of espresso and steamed milk. These days, cappuccinos are pretty much steamed in the same way that you would steam any other drink, like a latte. Again, we love pouring latte art, and that requires steaming milk just so. However, a traditional cappuccino definitely tends to be on the foamier side, perhaps sprinkled with a little bit of chocolate powder on top. Now we'll talk about another drink that's become pretty popular within the last couple years, the flat white. Flat whites are a little bit confusing, but the best way that I can describe them in a short amount of time is that they're essentially a cappuccino with maybe a little bit less foam. Just another way to order a small latte. Up until now, you'll maybe notice that these drinks are just different combinations of espresso, again, our building block, and different amounts of steamed milk. These drinks are really defined by that ratio of espresso to milk. And most of the time, they're not ordered iced or with any additional flavorings. However, at home, you can do whatever you want, and that's part of the fun. When we move into this next drink, the latte, that's where the creativity really opens up. Lattes come in all sorts of different sizes, 12 ounce, 16 ounce, 20 ounce, or bigger if you'd like. You can get a vanilla latte, you can get a hazelnut latte, iced lattes. You can really do a lot with the latte, and that's why they are so popular everywhere you go. Up next is one of my favorite coffee shop drinks, the mocha. A mocha is really just a chocolate latte that gets its own name. If you're making it at home, add the whipped cream. Another one of my favorite espresso-based drinks you can order is an affogato. Affogatos are a shot of ice cream with espresso on top. Totally delicious to order in a restaurant, but when you make them at home with your favorite type of espresso, you really make something special. You can also use your espresso machine to make a lot of types of drinks that aren't espresso-based. Steaming milk for drinks like a hot chocolate, chai lattes, or matcha lattes are a great way to use your machine when you're not feeling like getting overly caffeinated. I'd recommend trying a little bit of everything, especially when you're first getting used to your new machine. It's fun to make things like cappuccinos, iced lattes, mochas, seeing what you like and what you don't. The most important thing is to have fun. Don't feel too bound to the rules of how most coffee shops do it if you want to try something a little bit different. There's a ton of different combinations that you can make, and I'd suggest trying a little bit of everything at home, even if it's not something that you can exactly find on a coffee shop menu. We have some other videos on steaming perfect milk for lattes and cappuccinos, so check those out if you need a little extra help. Comment your favorite drink down below. We'll see you in the next video.